In the shadows we reside, cracking codes to flip the tide. Zeros and ones our battle cry. System fall, we watch them die. Hack-Attack, no turning back. Red meets blue in the cyber attack. Firewall burns, the signals cracked. Hack-Attack, yeah.
I am from a backstory imprinted on a fiery past. Forged in forms tempered by trolls, where chaos clicked, I coded. Where the herd laughed, I launched. This isn't a tribute, it's a tactical debrief. 4chan. The good, the bad, the horrible. Let's breach it. Picture this. It's 2003. Some caffeinated teenager in New York, Christopher Poole, goes by Moot, is hunched over a desktop, probably surrounded by Gatorade bottles and anime posters. The guy basically lifts code from 2chan, that Japanese image board, and spawns 4chan. What makes it radical? Pure weaponized anonymity. No user registration, no history. Posts vanish like smoke after a few hours. No archives, no do-overs. If you miss it for good. That was not standard in the early web. See, if you ever sweated through an IRC channel in the late 90s, you know the drill. The cast of characters changes every hour. Trust is fluid, and your identity's as real as your last line. I swear those fleeting no-account identities wired my threat radar for life. You learn fast. Never trust the archives, only the now. 4chan, it cranked that up to 11, and the chaos that came out of it, Hydra heads everywhere. Lose one, 2 more show up. Now, if you want to see the internet's real folklore nursery, memes, weird in-jokes, the stuff that powers everything from office chats to presidential campaigns, it was born on 4chan's B board. We're talking lolcats, rickrolling, rare pepes, all that. Memes mutated like bacteria. One moment they're just absurd, the next they're cultural nukes. But here's the twist. Those same swarm tactics didn't just break the internet for laughs. Sometimes the crowd turned detective. Remember the Mary Bale cat in the bin saga? 4chan's faceless army swarmed on it, sniped her ID, her job, the works. Justice? Maybe. Mob access? Absolutely. Those moments showed both sides of internet crowd justice. One week they'd lynch a meme. The next they'd crowdsource dog rescue donations for a random school. You never knew where the dice would land. It's chaotic good energy. Until it isn't. Let's roll forward to 2008, Project Chanology. Now if you remember that haze when Anonymous went from pranksters to activists, this was the spark. Scientology tried to nuke an embarrassing Tom Cruise video from the net, and 4chan went to full anti-cult alert. Digital lulls turned into IRL activism, DDoS attacks on church websites, Guy Fawkes masks, the whole street protest kabuki. It wasn't just for fun anymore. This was digital vigilantism blending into real-world non-violent protest. For the first time, the same meme tactics that fueled pranks got a little code of conduct. Peaceful protest, not chaos for chaos's sake. To call that a pivot's almost an understatement. Prankster mobs made the jump to street-level movement. Online anarchists organizing, who'd have guessed? But here's where things get ugly fast. The power to swarm for cat rescues or anti-cult crusades, that same architecture enabled mass harassment on a scale nobody was ready for. Suddenly jokes, raids, whatever you want to call them, tipped straight into doxing, publishing targets' real info, and worse, swatting. If you haven't come across the term, swatting is when someone calls in an armed police raid on an innocent person's house, just for the hell of it, or petty revenge. Alan Filion, for example, a literal teenager at the time, ran up hundreds of these pranks as entertainment. Let's be honest, lives were upended. Doesn't matter if the law could catch you or not, the damage was real. Legendary platforms become infamous pipelines for terror. So 4chan's Wild West model starts to metastasize. Enter Poll. the politically incorrect board. Originally, it was supposed to be a free-fire zone for edgy debate, but by the mid-2010s, it's a radicalization engine. Take the Buffalo shooter, Peyton Gendron, straight line from lurking on chans to mass murder. His so-called manifesto was baked, stewed, and shared on poll. The core flaw was always the same: structure with zero real oversight. Volunteer mods, more interested in maintaining the chaos than curbing hate, gave extremists room to recruit, meme, and escalate. It's a classic design is destiny outcome. If you make a house with doors but no locks, don't act surprised when the monsters get in. 2014, Gamergate. If you're new to online culture war timelines, this one's basically ground zero for weaponized meme harassment. Claims about ethics in video games. Really, it was a lot of anger at women in gaming, journalists, and anyone not conforming to old norms. Started on 4chan and Reddit. The playbook was ugly: doxing, threats, swatting, hacking. The worst of it migrated to 8chan after 4chan tried to clamp down. Toxicity just went deeper underground, got sharper, got more organized. And honestly, what we saw there, it didn't stay put. The tactics, fake news, mass harassment, scriptable abuse, got lifted into every new conspiracy or outrage campaign that followed. When people say the internet broke, a lot of it starts with things like Poll and their copycats. These chans transformed into white nationalist recruiting hubs. Stuff that was inside jokes, frogs, memes, mutated into hate symbols, rallying cries. The Christchurch attack? The shooter literally planned, live-streamed, and memed his massacre, begging the internet to propagate his violence. Memes and manifestos spread globally in minutes. No, really, the shooter asked his co-conspirators to meme this. Within a day, millions of versions slid past filters, directly into the feeds of teenagers and world leaders alike. The point isn't just shock, it's active contagion. These channels got phenomenally good at bypassing every mainstream tech safeguard, infecting platforms and, honestly, politics from the ground up. Let's talk about governance, if that's even the right word. 4chan's speed and ephemerality made it almost impossible for any mod crew to keep up. Threads would get 10,000 posts and self-destruct before staff could blink. Ownership changed hands in 2015. Moot walked, Nishimura from 2chan took over, but moderation didn't get meaningfully tighter. Volunteer mods had almost total freedom to shape their boards, and in some cases they became gatekeepers not for order, but for entropy. Moderating 4chan is like holding back the sea with a broom. If the code doesn't want structure, the crew won't enforce it. And at the volume they were fighting, its chaos is a feature. Fast forward, the 2025 hack. 4chan had its backend breached, mods and janitors doxed, the guts of the platform dumped online and used for new waves of harassment. The site limps along, but the real drama is how its tactics infected everything else. You look at Twitter, TikTok, even national politics, and you see the same playbook. Anonymity, meme warfare, no accountability. Traffic drops, a little, but the DNA is now everywhere. Every new, anonymous, or ephemeral platform is just 4chan's ghost with a new skin. The Hydra's heads multiply even after you swing the sword. There's this old myth: cut off the Hydra's head, 2 more grow back. That's the price of anonymity in digital spaces. You get creative fireworks, yes, but also pitch darkness. The same routing that topples censorship helps radicalize at scale. As someone who triages threats for breakfast, I'll say, decentralization is a double-edged sword. Total control stifles innovation and freedom, but too much chaos gives hate a megaphone. That tension's not going anywhere, and the next internet hydra's already sprouting heads. Patch, audit, lockdown.
The whispers, a data stream. Codes the canvas, paint the scheme. We're the ghosts inside the machine. Nothing's safe, not even your dream.